Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Well, Death Note, the Netflix original movie adaptation of the popular anime and manga Death Note, which was hilariously titled Het Moordboek in my language, which sounds so weird when you're so used to always calling it Death Note. Death Note's been out for a while now. Most people have given their reviews on it, and most people do seemingly agree on the fact that it's not great, not really terrible either, but not really great in any way. So I feel like there's very little I can say or do that would really change your opinion on this particular movie. I didn't think it was terrible or great. It's kind of in the middle, just like pretty much everybody else. But I want to talk about something a little bit different. And that's how Hollywood is kind of dealing or working on these adaptations of popular anime and manga and making them seemingly a bit for the wrong audience, at least the way I see it. I think Hollywood fails to grasp the fact that these adaptations of popular anime and manga will most likely mostly appeal to fans of the original manga and anime and not really anyone else. I mean, not saying that other people couldn't be interested in those movies, I just don't think that other people would have the same level of love for these movies that often, because of the many, many changes done, simply turn out to be meh, average at best most of the time, and if you're unluckily god awful with something like Dragon Ball Evolution. Dragon Ball Evolution was hated by fans and non-fans of the anime alike. And it just kind of makes you wonder exactly who Hollywood is trying to make these movies for. Because you would guess that they would try to make these movies for the actual fans. Problem there is that they change these movies and the story so much that they don't feel like an adaptation of something that we love. I love Death Note. I truly do. I've never read the manga, but I've seen the anime several times, even the bad parts, and I love it. I mean, I don't love the bad parts, but the first 25 or so episodes are great. Thing is, the movie, even though it carries the same name, doesn't at all feel like Death Note, if you know what I mean. The characters, the story, it hits similar story beats, but it does it in the wrong way, without really understanding the point of the story beats in the original anime. And the characters are just kind of different. L is doing things in this movie that doesn't feel at all like something L would ever do. Like, ever. And the same goes for Light. They keep saying on occasion in this movie that Light is a very clever, smart boy. But he isn't. He is continuously doing incredibly dumb shit. And it just makes me wonder, who is this movie for? Because here's the thing. People who watch this movie without ever seeing the original source material will simply see an average, okay-ish movie. Not great, not bad, somewhere there in the middle. And they simply won't care that much, don't really feel the need to defend it or say anything about it that would be positive, because it's just kind of something that exists that kept them busy for about an hour and 45 minutes, and that was that. Whereas people who would care, like us, anime fans, fans of the original source material, would see this movie, would watch it, and feel kind of a betrayal and would simply get angry. Now, I didn't really care for this movie when it came out, or when it was announced, or any point really, because I knew it wasn't going to be very good. I simply didn't care at all, so I'm not really angry. But still, I felt betrayed in a weird way. I only watched it last night, and I've already kind of moved past it, but as I was watching it, I saw characters with similar names and similar things about them that just didn't make sense with what I knew about the original characters. Nothing felt right. And I think that's the big problem here. Hollywood wants to adapt popular anime because, let's face it, Hollywood doesn't really want to do anything original anymore because they are far too afraid that they cannot build on existing fan bases and simply have to hope that their product is good enough. So they want to adapt these original they want to adapt anime and make it their own, but they don't understand what makes these animes great. Or they do and feel like they couldn't use it simply because it's too weird for a Western audience. Whether or not which one's the real reason, I don't know, but I just feel like that this movie is a prime example of Hollywood just not understanding what anime is about and not understanding who they should really advertise this stuff to. Because it's not going to be the average Western moviegoer. It's just not. It's going to be the fans of the original animes. Those are the people that care. If you advertise to anyone else but them, you're simply setting yourself up for failure. Because, let's face it, anime is kind of weird, and in all fairness, the average moviegoer probably wouldn't like it. So, instead of trying to change so much about these movies and basically set yourself up for failure, advertise it for the people who care. Sure, you may not make a shit ton of money, but if you keep the budget lower, you will make enough money and even have happy fans. But that will probably never happen because Hollywood doesn't know how to change these things, and they probably never will. It's the sad fact, the sad truth. There's nothing we can do about it. Anyway, guys, that's really all I had to say. It was just a short video to voice my frustration and annoyance at what Hollywood's been doing with some of my favorite animes. I mean, I didn't see Ghost in the Shell because I really didn't want to. I knew that that movie was not going to be anywhere near as what I really wanted it to be. But since Death Note is a lot easier to watch, it's on Netflix, it just felt kind of, let's just do it. And I felt making this video. Anyway, guys, I actually have kind of sore throat, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next time.